you were triple negative breast cancer. How advanced was it at diagnosis?
You know, I went for my annual mammogram like I do every year, and they said, you're great. In fact, I even had the 3D mammogram, which is a newer mammogram that, you know, defines, I think, and shows a little bit more. And fortunately, I walked across the hall and I got an ultrasound. And the ultrasound showed a mass, and we followed it up with a biopsy, which confirmed that I had breast cancer. And you know, I didn't really know anything about dense breast tissue.
Right.
But I was lucky that I was a journalist. And I had been sent to do an interview with Dr. Susan Love, maybe 5 years prior, about mammograms. And we were talking about when should they start, how often should we have women get them, what about false positives? And in between changing the batteries on the videotape machines, she said, now you do get your mammograms all the time, right, Joan? I said, absolutely, every year. And I said, and you know, I've never had a bad mammogram. They're always calling me back in. Constantly, they always call me back in and they say, don't worry, it's just hard to see things because you have dense breasts.
Wow.
She said, well, if you have dense breasts, you should be getting ultrasounds in addition to mammograms. So I came back home and I asked my gynecologist to also write me a prescription for an ultrasound. So all those years after that interview with Dr. Love, I followed up my mammogram with an ultrasound. Had I walked out of that radiology lab that day only having a mammogram, I would have gone about my merry way. I'm fine, and I would have had a fast-growing, virulent, rare form of breast cancer growing in my right breast. So, to me, one of my great passions is to make women more aware of their bodies, their breasts, and the fact that they need to know whether or not they have dense breast tissue.